Well, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to present today. I don't know why, whenever they talk about ageing, they always send me to these things. There's obviously some reason for it. I'll work that out eventually. But look, I've got a bit of a presentation to show, but before I leap into that, I'd just like to cover off a couple of things, probably which might set the scene a little bit for how Bunnings is and why we do what we do and the way we implement what we implement. And that is, if I take it back to about 2003, that was the first year I started with Bunnings. When I joined the team, I came across directly from Woolworths, which was a bit of a different scenario, even though it's a major retailer, large retailer in the whole scheme of New South Wales and the nation. Coming across to Bunnings was a very big breath of fresh air for me, a breath of fresh air. The thing that I noticed straight up was that we just do what we do, and we're able to do it with passion as well. The thing that struck me the first time I started there, when I looked at their procedures manuals, I came from a few industries where compliance was very thorough, and I came across to Bunnings where I looked at the compliance manuals, and there was a reasonably small OH&S manual. It's bigger now, it's all good. And it's electronic. But the other part of it was their policies and procedures about everything, about recruitment, about retention, about what we do. And the title of it still is and still exists, the way we do things around here. A very, very straightforward, simple guide in what we do. And that's the one thing that I think we do extremely well with our teams, with all of our people, is simplicity. We make it as simple as we possibly can. The implementation of the way we do things around here just has the community in mind, it has the team members in mind, and it has fun. Everything that underpins it is around integrity, respect, teamwork, and of course innovation as well, which is something that we hold dear, making sure our team are being held accountable for what they do, but also aware that they have a fair bit of autonomy to be able to do what they need to do. Now, a few of the points also that came out of the talk that I just heard from Susan, thank you very much, was it was pleasing to know that Bunnings is already doing most of those things. I'm going to say all of those things. The job sharing, just by design, we're open 7 days a week, pretty much 360, we'd like to do a few more days as well a year, but we're trading every single day from early in the morning till fairly late at night. And job sharing it just happens. It just has to happen because we can't have one person looking after a particular area all the time. That's for our stores. We also have support centres. We have IT, we have merchandising, we have marketing. We have so many different departments that just work together, and they all work for the same common cause, and that is looking after our team in our stores, to make sure that their journey is a happy one, to make sure that what they do for their customers, which are our customers as well, is going to be the right thing to do. Now, we also do roll out some things for our team, for our older team members. Just from a point of view, in 2003 I started with Bunnings, and 16 years later I'm still with Bunnings. I'm in my 60s, and I have been extremely lucky to have gone through what I've been able to get from Bunnings. The amount of support and care that I got from them when I started in 2003, and in 2006 a fairly big thing happened in my family. My wife got cancer. And the support and everything that I got from them, with flexibility and being able to do what I was able to do, enabled me to continue on. And that's the basis of what we do. We talk about care, we talk about awareness, we talk about the culture, and our culture is the thing that's driving us through everything. Now, the presentation I will do. My wife's okay, by the way. She's fine, 16 years later. She's 13 years clear, so very happy about that. Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell her you applauded. She was, I don't know if you watched the news last night, but my wife's a teacher librarian up at St Joseph's at East Gosford, and Bill Shorten was there yesterday, so I had lots of stories about that. So I thought there was a bit of joy happening there. So Right, I'm not sure what is up on the screen. I can see it through there, that's all good. So just to let you know a little bit about what we have in Bunnings, and our workforce is made up of all ages naturally. The number one, or the largest work group we have, is the 18 to 25 year age group. That's made up of quite a number of those might be casuals or permanent part-time, and a lot of those are uni students, maybe people who are... What we struggle with in this particular area is, and I don't know whether it's the same in most industries, but from a retail point of view, the big struggle that we have is trying to get those people who are joining the business to look at it as a career. But the 18 to 25-year-old are looking at working in a retail environment until they get their real job. And that, to us, is probably our biggest gap at the moment, to try and get the younger workers to understand that retail is a career, and quite a successful career as well, if you are able to stick with it and see the value of being in people's service, or in the service of others. I'm pleased to say our second largest workforce group is the 56 plus workforce. 20% of our nearly 45,000 workers are above 56 years old. And there's a few good reasons for that. Do we actually have a plan to recruit people who are 56 and over? Yes, we do, but it also just happens naturally. As you can imagine, our Bunnings stores have a lot of people who come into them every day, which is great, so keep doing that. And a lot of them are tradies, people who are doing do-it-yourself things at home, and they get to a point in their life when they don't want to be working on the tools anymore. They don't want to be doing the things that they do every single day, either plumbing or electrical work or whatever. So they tend to say, have you got any jobs going? And yeah, we do. Absolutely. We want your experience. We want you to be able to come in and help us. Now, we have a commitment to make sure that they meet our culture requirements as well, our strategy, and it is very, very important to us. Through our recruitment, through specialised roles that we have, through rolling out to our leaders inclusive leadership training programs on a regular basis. I've got one coming up in a couple of weeks that I'm rolling out as well. To have flexible working arrangements, all the things that we've been hearing about already. And another very exciting thing that came out of our regular workshops, and we have annual, and 2 a year, so that's biannual. 2 a year we have work groups for 50 plus people who come in, and we just talk about what we can do for them, how we can get them to get to the point that they need to. Do they want to be reducing hours? Do they want to be increasing hours? What do they want to do? We're open 7 days a week. Do they have... we have a lot of young people who want to be able to do sporty things on weekends, and we have some people who might have been a little bit older and past the sporty part, even the touch football part, who say, well, you know what, I can look after my grandkids through the week and work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something like that. It works both ways. So the one that came out of the discussions that we had from the work groups with the 50 plus, which I was in, was travelling work, which I'll have a slide for a little bit shortly, which was it came from one of our team members themselves who said, well, have you got an idea? Can we travel around Australia and work in a number of different stores? And we implemented it. We thought it was a great idea, absolutely brilliant idea. So our recruitment strategy, we do focus on the cultural fit, not just demographics. And when I say not just demographics, we try to make sure that all of our team fit the culture. Our culture is the most important thing to us. Our vision, our values, they are extremely important to us, and we want to make sure that everybody we have working for us meet those values or have the same values, or are at least close enough to those values that we can possibly have them there. So we want to build the best team, and we want to have team members who are friendly, helpful and passionate about their role. We also want them to reflect the community that they serve. So as you can imagine, we have got a lot of regional stores. We might have some areas that might have a higher age demographic. So we try to make sure that those stores are fully equipped with the demographic that suits and meets that community. The same with languages as well. We have a current partnership with the Clontarf Academy for Indigenous workers. We also have an affiliation with Rise Up, the New South Wales Police Force, for troubled youth as well. So we're having a good, broad expanse of implementing some things that helps us meet those social and community obligations that we believe we have, but also trying to meet the demographics and make sense for people who are going in and shopping at our stores. I'm hoping that this is still working. Maybe I'll just do that. Okay. So the specialised roles that we have, which meet some of these, particularly around the aged workforce, we recruit skill and/or tradespeople. We do that on purpose. It's not an accident. We do it on purpose. We reach out to those people who might be regular tradespeople coming into our stores, or we might know that there's a local area handyman or handywoman, because we've got a very big. As a matter of fact, if I can just go off topic at the moment, it's not really off topic, it's around inclusion and diversity. But I've just travelled to 10 of our different stores in the last 2 weeks, and I was pleasantly surprised in all 10 of those stores, the manager and the assistant manager in every one of those stores was female. And that is a massive thing for us, because probably the 10 best stores being run, if I want to be honest. But seriously, it's good to see that inclusion is happening as well across our leadership team, and not just across our workforce in relation to a team member role. But we do have the DIY workshops. We have people greeters, a friendly face at the door. We have plumbing experts, and these might have areas where it will have some physical requirements, but not necessarily always going to be that case. We've got a lot of team members, we have team lifting, we have lots of different resources that they can use, plant and equipment that they can use as well to help. Electrical experts, timber experts, building and plant experts as well. A lot of horticulturists in the area that help out, particularly in the time of year at need. So with inclusive leadership, we do have a unique look at this. We've been running inclusive leadership programs now for a while, and the inclusive leadership doesn't just cover off age, doesn't just cover off gender, it covers off everything. It looks at ignoring the blind spots or the things that you might have as an unconscious bias towards a people or people. And those are the things that we're focusing on and getting our leadership with those skills. But the primary thing that we find struggle with, I suppose, is the fact that we've got so many different generations working in the one workplace at the same time. That's probably our most difficult things to manage. With flexible working arrangements, yes, we have full-time, we have part-time, and we have casual positions, but it's not just about that being the flexibility, as I mentioned before, about being flexible enough where we can say, well, what days are you available? What days would you prefer to work? Would you rather be working late? Would you be rather working early? We've got the ability to make that happen, not just in our stores, but also in our support centres as well. I probably work. I live on the Central Coast, and my office is down at Rhodes. We just moved down to a lovely office down at Rhodes, and I probably would work from home 2 days a week and 3 from the office, or I can work from any of our stores. And most of our teams, most of the positions that we have in our support office down there would have exactly the same ability to be able to do that, except for the receptionist. Sorry about that. Now, this is the travelling work program. This was something that was implemented probably maybe about 3 years ago, and this is one person's story, one couple's story. But this couple is just one couple. We've had quite a few people take advantage of this, and not just the more mature team member. We've also had some of our younger team members take advantage of it as well, with a young family before they go to school, to be able to travel around Australia, get some travel in, work at different stores, different locations. Yep, they've got to do a fair bit of the work, ringing ahead and letting them know where they're going to be, at what time and what date, etc. But the payoff for it is to be able to to see a bit of Australia, good old Australia, while they travel around and do some work. And the same thing could be said for those people who want to hitch up a caravan or just travel around in 5-star, however they want to do, however they want to travel around. Again, just organise ahead. Yep, they would need to change from if they are already on a permanent or a full-time role, they'll have to change to casual for that period, but that's done in a flexible working arrangements agreement with them, and when they come back, they go back to the position they had before. If they want to come back, they might want to keep travelling around and doing different casual work too. But that particular program has been very successful, very well regarded, and Brian and Michelle were quite happy for us to share their story where they have travelled around Australia through 17 and 18, working at so many different Bunnings stories along the way. They've actually posted, they kept us informed, so they sent photographs, we put it on our intranet, we told their story, had a few videos of them doing their travel and which stores they were working on, and it certainly encouraged a lot of the other workers to do the same. So from us, from Bunnings, I think that has been a very big opportunity for us to be able to do that for them. The other things that we do roll out is we have health initiatives, we provide free flu shots, we also run health inspections, that's not the right word, but we provide them with the opportunity to come for a checkup, just a very basic checkup, and we get that done. If there's anything untoward, we might recommend them to go after the doctor, but it's obviously all voluntary. And which has been an amazing thing for us to do. We've been able to highlight some things for our team, and some of the health and wellness programs and safety initiatives that we've done as well have been top-notch from what I've seen. I've had 16 years with Bunnings. It's the best 16 years of work that I've had. The inclusion that they've got, where they're heading at now, we've got about to implement a human capital management system, but that we definitely said that it's not going to replace the good, touching, caring, compassion and inclusion that we have for all of our workers. And that's me.